Hello everyone, my name is Annual, and today we're going to be giving a first day showcase for Aria. I've played her quite a bit, and I've also watched quite a bit of people play her this morning. And the general consensus for a build would have been counter set or destruction set for like high damage. And I didn't see too much success from everyone. So I decided to go for a speed set build that is hovering around 200. You'll see it towards the ends of the video. And roughly a little bit under 300k damage and like 28k HP. We're using Piplet Lance, and I think I was just using it for the healing. The healing isn't too good. You can get the healing from Golden Rose as well. Works well with HP scalers, as well as for a damage artifact, it's definitely a Krau's artifact. So if you don't have Thorn, then you're kind of in a bad spot. But otherwise, I think it's just that or Leafy's artifact for like bonus HP. I found her to be best played on speed set with maybe like a dual attacker or someone who's like more aggressive, like Lone Wolf Para. So that way you can cycle your S3 a lot faster and be able to pull off multiple S3s, because you're not going to see huge damage off to like the first S3. But the moment that you get up to like the second and third one, that's where you're going to start to see the results. So for that reason, playing counter set doesn't feel as good if you're playing for like low speed counter. Now if you're having like 200 speed, then it's just a matter of if you have enough damage or not, right? So my Aria was 200 speed. If I could have, I think I would have played around like 220, but I didn't want to sacrifice too much damage. But if you have the damage to do so, I do think you can play her a little bit faster. So for this first matchup here, I was just using Maid Chloe just to show like a ER cheese comp in some way. It wasn't, I'm not like an ER player or anything, so like it didn't do too much, but like you can see that I was resisting everything. And she actually pairs very well with Runka, because you can just, as long as she has highest attack, you pull her, and she does her little extra attack, right? So pretty good. So that's kind of the primary reason why I do think bringing her with dual attackers is very good, because she can do her extra attack off turn, and if you pull your highest attack, which is hopefully Aria in this situation, she also gets 15% combat readiness CR push. So it just makes her cycle a lot more faster, so you can get her S3 up as fast as possible. So this pretty much it for what I have to say. In terms of her matchups, she is an ER character, so playing into debuffers like Death Dealer Ray is very, very good. ML Luna, of course, because she needs 20 souls to burn for Ignore ER, so bringing her into ML Luna is pretty good, because it's forcing them to play multiple books or a Frida in order to counter her. And for the most part, Aria's passive is mainly for that. So like, to be honest with you, if they do burn, or if they are able to like get off a seal off on you, then it won't really do much. Because you can just bring a cleanser, and since Aria's kit is very much like centered around like her S3 and her S1, you'll be perfectly fine, honestly, playing into a Luna. Obviously you do lose like the burn restriction and like the ER, but I don't think it like hinders her too much. So she feels not too bad when you play into like debuffers, like Emma Luna, if they were to get their burn off. So that is pretty much the end of this match, and yeah. The next couple of matches is me playing a lot more aggressively with her. This was pretty basically like the turn 2 way I wanted to play her, but like it felt a little bit too slow. And of course, like you have to play this way you're protecting her, right? For the next comp here, we're basically playing a lot more faster, and we're playing to kill as fast. So yeah, just take a look. For the most part, her damage is, as I mentioned, her first S3 is not that good, but the S2 and S3 are pretty fine. I think Ilanov is the important matchup, I think. If you're fighting an Ilanov, she is not the worst fighting into her, but eventually, because of the ramping pen, it becomes harder for Aria to fight her. It becomes more of a bigger of an issue if you're fighting her behind another mitigation knight. As you may know, the primary combo as of right now is Ilnov plus FCC. So the moment you press more S3s, it actually becomes a lot harder to beat through both of these tanks. So I think that's Aria's biggest weakness, is fighting into the double tank meta with Ilnov specifically. I think DN is possible to win against her if you're playing her in the aggressive matchup like I was saying, as well as there is a downtime where Aria can shine. So there is and of course you can strip the pen resist buff. So there is chances for you to win playing against DN, but an Ilnov plus another tank will be insanely hard for her. But otherwise, I'm just going to let the video play out and you can make judgment based off of how I played her in arena. There will be an RTA showcase as well as like a full build breakdown for her in about a week or so. I just want to get a very good consensus on the character before I call her good, bad. Is she niche? Is she a perfect anti-cleave unit? Is she the next PvE unit that'll clear all the content? I just want to get a really good perspective on her. So this video is just merely just to showcase what build I had as well as what success I had. Maybe I'll try her like anti-cleave or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not making any assumptions as of yet, but she didn't feel bad. She didn't feel like absolute trash to me. Granted, I had the knowledge that counter set was not as good if we're going to be running her slower. So yes, so enjoy the rest of the video. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. I've been playing her quite a bit today. I also have been watching quite a bit, so I have some fair bit of knowledge on her. So I'll see you guys in the next one.